Welcome back to the LPR Trading Group YouTube channel. It's Dave again. I've got another video for you guys today, and it's a video that you guys have been requesting. It's another live trade recording recap voiceover of the footprint charts here. What I want to do initially is show you my big picture idea. So we're looking at Sierra charts here. This is a 60-minute chart, and what I like about today is, remember, these are 60-minute candles, so we're going to go back a few days. We've got a sweep of these highs where price drove into and through 4,300, which is a big psych area. It couldn't hold over that. It completely waterfalled, and it broke and made some new lows. It could not hold this structure here to make another move to the upside. So we currently trade below those lows. We formed some more structure. I was looking big picture for a break above this area to get short. That was my big picture trade idea. Now, as we were trading down here and we couldn't hold these new lows, I figured I'd take a few scalps to the long side to get into this area before we started looking for a short. So with that being said, I'll drag this guy up here, and I will actually back this video up a little bit. Back it up, back it up. We could play it right about here. So I'm going to be fast forwarding this recording a little bit because this is, I don't know, an hour and a half or 2 hours that I've recorded here, and I want to keep this video as short and sweet as possible for you guys. So what I'm looking at here is I've got this red box laid out, and the reason why this red box is here is we've got passive aggressive sellers here moving down to the offer, and we had bids that got hit here, larger bids that got hit. So this is an area I want to watch for interaction because previously there was interaction in that area. I'm going to pull this epic pen down here. Now, what I can see forming here is I've got this green line. I've got a large offer, passive aggressive offer sitting here. Sellers trying to sit on the offer, buyers trying to drive through them. I also have a large stack of them here. So this is an interesting area for me. I do like this 71 area at this point, okay? One thing I want you guys to note is as price was moving down, we accepted new lows, What happened here? We failed to accept new lows, okay? So this automatically triggers my mind to say start looking for potential longs. If longs or if buyers start getting above shorts, we can start rebidding where the shorts got taken out, okay? And you'll see this happen here in a second. So we get up into this area right here where we had some interaction before into the 74s. I expect some sputtering in this area. At this point, I put some orders in to buy where those sellers got run over. Failed to accept new lows. Price moved above those passive aggressive sellers. Buyers are technically now in control as long as price can hold at or above this area, okay? I want to fight for value, and I always want to get the best prices on my order. So even if we just hold here and go and I quote unquote miss the trade, I didn't miss the trade. It's just not a trade that I want to take. If I want to get filled on this trade, I want to get filled for value, okay? So I've got my order sitting out there on the limit or on the bid. I'm going to fast forward 30 seconds here. You can see one order gets filled, so we're long one contract here. This other one missed us by one tick. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. That's trading. And we can see we're sitting right in this area where these offers were sitting at before that got run over by buyers. We're also sitting inside the point of control. So this is an area that I really want price to hold to look for a leg to the upside. Let me flip forward another few seconds here. There we go. Here's our reaction off this area. We start driving to the top of these prints again. Now in my mind, I'm saying this is a battle between the 72 or 4274s and the 71s, okay? So the 74s could possibly win and drive through the 71s. It's fine. If the 71s win, they'll drive through the 74s. The reason why I don't want to be short into the 74s is because the shorts or the sellers have already proven to me they can't accept a new low. I also had a level at 4268.25, and this bottom tick was 4268.50. Close enough for me to use that as a valid level with this failed acceptance intraday, saying I just don't want to be short at this point. I was telling the chat I want to look to get short between 87 and 90. We ended up pushing all the way up to 92 or 93. We did get a short later on, but I want to go through the trades before we got that short. We pulled back a little bit as you saw there. We held. We have some large buying imbalances back down here into the 71s, which is good. This is giving me more conviction that the buyers do want to take control of this and take this for a drive to the upside. I'll fast forward. We pop out of the 74 range. Ideally, what should happen right now is we should be holding this 74 range. At the very worst, we should come back down to the 71.25, 71.50s, hold, and then go for a push to the upside. Either way, we're in. We feel good about it. Technically, our stop could be moved to up here if we wanted to, because anything below this is probably a fail. Just jumping forward a few more seconds, not much to see here. We pop up, we get a target. Great, we're out of the first trade. So our next trade here comes at 10:04. Let me see if I can dial this in here. Okay, so 10 a.m., 10:02, 10:04. Okay, here we go. We'll pause this and we'll see what we were seeing at 10:04. Okay, so where do we have point of control now? Point of control used to be down here where we were buying the 71s. It is now shifted up to where? The area that we were watching before for shorts to possibly take control. We also have this big order stacked in this area. I really like buying a pullback into here potentially. Okay, let's just see what happens here. We can jump forward a few seconds. I actually put my order in there, okay? So you can see my orders in here. I still have this order sitting out into the 71s. I would likely cancel that if price just started waterfalling here, but I'm looking to buy these 74s. I can see momentum to the upside. I can see the point of control on the day is moving up for volume. I can see the offers, the passive aggressive offers are getting run over. And anything to the downside, shorts are struggling to follow through and push this thing to the downside. So now we're filled. Our order is filled here at 74.75. I'm taking my stop on this trade. I'm moving it up to where? If we fail that area, right? If we fail that red area that I had laid out, that's where I'm moving my stop up to. I do not want to participate in that trade anymore. Right in this area. If we fail here, what could be happening is we fail, retest the point of control, and then we go for that weak low and we take that weak low out. So we're holding to, within a few ticks here on this trade, which is great. I'll fast forward a little bit more. Sorry for pulling up those charts so much, but I mean, it is what it is. I'm trading and this is what I do. I like to have a look at the other markets and other stocks just to see what's going on. So again, our entries on the chart right here, we're going for a drive to the upside. We do have targets on the upside that we're looking for. Nothing super exciting is happening here. We've got a bid that's aggressively stepping up here, trying to hold price up. Shorts really failing to sell below him. That's a good sign. Skip forward a little bit. See that bid right here? He's going to be important in the future. Okay. Failed acceptance lower. Into a bid, sellers could not sell through him. That's a reason to hold on to the trade, and it could also set something up in the future, okay? So at this point, I'm almost ready to take my profit if I haven't already. Let's see here, we'll flip forward. Looks like we're still in the trade, or my exit didn't show up because I'm pretty sure I'm already out. Oh, I'm already out. Yep, right here. Can barely see it right there. Okay, next trade, we're going to be very focused on this 428 here. He's going to be sitting at that 42.79.25. Let me see what time I took this trade at. 10:15. So in about 4 minutes. Skip forward a little bit here. Skip forward. Here we go. I've marked that area, 42.79.25. This was the bid that previously held this price going up. When shorts try to drop it, he held it. They failed to accept below him. Where's the area I want to be buying for value? Probably back into him, right? I at least want to try to be buying back into him. Pop price forward a little bit. Now, on the top side, if we get filled on this, it's very important we get through these big guys, okay? So if you're buying these 79s, you could just be targeting the 83s, or you're buying the 79s saying if we get through the 83s, we're probably going to go to the 85s, 87s, or whatever it is to the upside, right? Let's see if I get an order in here. The order is in. Here's the fill, right at that 49 or 42.7925. Shorts trying to push this below. We've even got a passive aggressive offer trying to step down and push price below. They just can't move price lower. They're trying to tick it lower, tick it lower. All I see is a buying imbalance sitting here at the low. We see bids sitting here at the lows. Shorts cannot take this thing lower. The volume is completely thinned out, or the delta is thinned out, which means that aggressive sell transaction actually is trying to flip to the buy side, okay? So number one, we need to get through this guy, which it seems like we have already. Number two is going to be we need to get through these guys up here. So we'll fast forward a bit. We get a drive to the upside. At this point, or pretty close to this point, I would be comfortable adding back into this 319. This was a passive aggressive offer that came down to try and push price down. This is also a bid that held price up. So this 79.25 and 79.50 would be a good area to add and get bigger with a stop here, okay? Fast forward a little bit. I actually put an order out to add here. You can see right here, this green line. I'm trying to get the add here. Unfortunately, it doesn't come back. It's totally fine. I can't chase this thing up, right? I just have to be patient and say, this is the area I want to get value. This is what makes sense for me. I can get in bigger, responsibly, and only risk maybe a 1.5 points, rather than chasing this thing up. If I bought this here, all of a sudden my average is here, and you know, I get out of one contract, and then first in, first out, my average is here, and everything's a mess. I'd rather just be in half size, quarter size, whatever it is, and just let the trade do what it has to do. I'm taking a picture for chat here and highlighting the area right here that the buyers need to drive through. You see this passive aggressive seller that's trying to sell back into where the buyers were? Buyers need to drive this to the upside. And if they do, we're good for target. Fast forward, they're trying to drive here to the upside, and we get our fill here, okay? So those were the three long trades. Now I've got to go all the way to 1104 is the short. Guys, any comments that you have on these videos or how we do them? Listen, I'm not a crazy video editor, as you guys can see, obviously. We're literally watching a recording of today, and I'm scrolling through the video, but you know, I just want to make this as real life as possible and talk to you guys about this stuff as it's playing out. So here we go, our short. I had a big area marked 87 to 90. Now, why I like this short, let's pause this here for a second. Why I like this short idea right here, as opposed to getting in front of the trade, is I want to trade the backside. As price is moving up, I want to see price fail, find an area inside here on the footprint that makes sense to get short, set a limit order out here with a stop, and if we get filled, that's great, okay? So now that you can see the chart, the footprint might make more sense. I'll get rid of this. What happened here? Price failed. I found an area where there was a bid trying to hold up the momentum that couldn't. I'm looking to short where this bid is because likely this bid, what's going to happen? He bought. When price comes back here, if he's still in it, what's he going to do? Likely he's going to sell and say, phew, I got out of this trade unscathed. I'm break even. Thank goodness. What are all the other short sellers going to do? Larger bid trying to hold up price. He failed. The area where buyers were previously present is likely going to be overwhelmed by sellers, so sellers are going to want to sell into here. This is the reason why I'm selling the 91.25s. We'll play this. We'll fast forward a little bit. And you see how price goes up and we're 2 ticks away, and I don't just mark it into it. My order stays there. It must stay there. I can't move it. I get filled or I don't. That's it, right? This is the price I want to pay, and that's it. Okay, now we're 1 tick away. We're still waiting patiently, or 2 ticks away. we get filled right here. And as soon as we get filled, we start pushing away from that 91.25 a little bit. I'm getting the fast forward button going. I'm looking at some other markets. RTY actually worried me there for a bit because it's on a rocket ship of its own. But all the other stocks look relatively weak, as well as the other markets, so I was okay. So right off that 91.25, we reject and we start peeling away from this area. My target is the 85s. And once I got into this trade, I actually left the desk for a little bit, and this got filled. I got alerted. You got filled. Hurrah. We'll fast forward because I haven't even really seen what happened here, to be honest with you. We've got some bids trying to hold up price here. We've also got some, so we've got some passive aggressive offers, passive aggressive bids. This is just some tight little nitty range that we're sitting in. See if we can break to one side or the other. Trying to break to the downside. Sellers trying to accept, failing to accept new lows. A little bit concerning, but as long as sellers can hold price below this area, they're still okay. Okay, so let's watch how this footprint plays out here. They push up, push up. They're inside that area now. They must hold below here. What do? They hold straight below that area. I end up marking this up as soon as I get back to the charts. This is an area sellers must hold below. Okay? And we've already seen a reaction into it and identified that. And maybe this is the point that I left the charts. And there we go. We've accepted a new low. We get filled. We're good to go. 4 trades on the day, 4 winners, 3 longs, 1 short. I walked you guys through everything. I did the best I could. If you guys have any questions, comments, whatever it is, please leave them below. If you like this content and you want me to keep these types of videos up with these long, in-depth explanations, definitely let me know in the comments below. Like and subscribe. We'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.